The ambassador, oh my God, have mercy, the one who just left. My brother, my sister, she is a lawyer, and also, my brother, my sister, she was the minister for the affairs of women and children in Ghana under President John Kufuor. As if that is not enough to say this is a great achievement. She was also the Ghanaian Minister of Local Government and Rural Development. And many have said that her tenure was, in fact, checkered and very, 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 very beautiful to the umpteenth time. My brother, my sister, she is an achiever. Oh, Lord. Hajia Alima Mahama also served as the Member of Parliament for Nalergu Gambaga constituency and a member of the New Patriotic Party in the 7th Parliament of the 4th Republic. Hey, and if you look at the dossier, it goes on and on and on and on. I'm normally interested in the education. Hey, she started off going to the Wesley Girls Senior High School, Cape Coast, and then she continued to the University of Ghana, rubbed shoulders with the men in the class, and got what she wanted, came out with a bachelor's degree in law and sociology. And then at the Rutgers University and the University of Ottawa in Canada, Lord God have mercy, she was able to move on and grab a postgraduate degree in public policy and development planning and administration. She has also earned a master's degree in development studies from the Institute of Social Studies in the Netherlands. Hui! Hajia Mahama is a product of the Ghana School of Law and was called to the bar in 1982. I wasn't born, long ago. My brother, my sister, she left the shores of America as the ambassador of Ghana to that beautiful country. And when she left, it was said that a tenure of office in that country as the ambassador was one of the best, if not the best. No demonstrations, nothing at all. And then the shadows started coming out. The skeletons from the cupboards all started popping up. This is a lawyer I'm going to be speaking with. And let me be very courteous to say, good afternoon to you, Hajia, and thanks for accepting to talk to us.
Good afternoon. Thank you for inviting me.
Now, have you been well represented? Were you born in November 1957?
Yes, please.
Woo! Interesting. You don't look your age. What have you been eating?
Brass soup. Brass soup and TZ, but I eat a lot of fruits.
A lot of fruits. Whoa. So you are married with children?
Was married, but I have a child.
You have a child? Wow. A male or a female?
Male.
Male?
He's married with children. I have 3 granddaughters.
Interesting. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Are you looking forward to having a husband? Like remarrying?
They say never, so you never know.
Of course, yes. Of course, yes. Do you have any specs?
For a husband?
Your husband, yeah. You want a tall Muslim man, short Muslim man, Christian man, Hindu man? What kind of man do you want?
Ooh, that's tough. It doesn't matter the height or the looks. A man who will... That has always been my pecs. A man who will love me.
Okay.
And also respect me. Of course, I have to respect him too.
What is your idea of love?
What is my idea? Now you are going to different directions.
When you say love, what to you is love from a man?
When you meet a man and he loves you and you love him, you know. You know when you know. Yeah, when you meet someone who loves you and you are together, you know.
Is it about the gifts he showers or how he talks to you?
No. How he cares about you, how he handles you, how he talks about you. Men who love women, they really care about them.
Wow.
And they protect you. Yeah, so you will see it.
You'll see.
You will feel it. And it's like, of course, that doesn't mean he will not be upset with you. But you will know it. You will see that this man cares about you.
Do you have any age preference?
Of course. I'm in my late 60s, so I will not want anybody in the 50s.
Oh, really? It means some of us are disqualified.
But let me say, it's not really my priority now. It's not. Yeah, it's not.
It's not your priority.
Yeah.
What is not your priority? A husband?
Yeah.
Or the age?
No. Getting married at this age, I mean, I will not be able to deliver.
Oh, is it about giving birth alone?
No, I say deliver. I say what is expected of marriage.
Oh. You can't do it. You can't cook anymore. You can't clean.
Oh, for that one, it's not a problem in the sense that these days you have people who help you.
Wow.
Even in my household work, I have people who help me.
So what can't you deliver?
Hey, Black Rasta, leave me alone. I don't come for that.
This is 3FM.
Hajia Ali Mahama is my guest.
Maybe he may want certain things I can't do.
This is 3FM.
But companionship is important.
Yes, it is.
Right now, my granddaughters are my companions, very close.
Wow.
They love me, I love them.
Wow.
And I don't know, maybe I'll get a man who will love my grandchildren too.
Yes. It's a priority because love me, love my dog.
Yeah. For my son, he has his wife, so he's not an issue for me. He's 43, going on to 44.
Ah, wow. Interesting. Congratulations, Hajia. I mean, you're a family woman. And maybe next time we'll find time and look into your family, and that will be another story.
Yes, please.
But for now, walk me through your upbringing. Where were you born? To who? And what were your interests when you were growing?
I was born in Walwale, as you indicated. My father was Mr. Muhammad Ampuri. Actually, at the time I was born, he was the MP for Walwale. Those days, it was called West Mamprose and Mamprogu Makdure. It wasn't called Walwale.
In the days of Kwame Nkrumah?
Yes, but he was Northern People's Party. My father was Northern People's Party.
Okay.
So he was the MP for Walwale. He won in the 57 elections, before the independence election. And my father is a Mamprose from a village called Guablga. Wow. And he comes from both Walwale and Allergo because his father was in Allergo. He went to school in Gambaga. Yeah. And my mother is from Dusi. Dusi is in Talansin district, Tongo.
Oh, wow.
Tongo, so my mother is Talansin.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And both languages are so close. In fact, they are actually one people.
Close.
Historically.
They are close.
Oh.
So the Upper East people pamper me.
Interesting.
They called me their daughter and they are my uncles.
Oh,
yes.
Aunties,
so they pamper me.
Interesting. And what schools did you go to at the beginning?
I went to Walwale Primary and Middle, continued in Nalergo, and then went to St. Francis Girls Secondary School, Jirapa, from Form 1 to 5. And then went to Wesley Girls High School for 6th form. St. Francis was 70 to 75.
Interesting.
Wesley Girls 77 to 79. And then proceeded on, proceeded on to University of Ghana. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, no. 70 to 75. And Wesley Girls 75 to 77. So I'm with the Wesley Girls 75 group. Then went to Legon 77. Got my first degree in BA Law and Sociology. Continued to law school. Was called to the bar 82 December, 1982 December. And then went to work in Tamale. I did my national service, worked with NORIP, Northern Region Rural Integrated Program.
I know NORIP very well.
Okay. Ooh. And I was in NORIP for so long. Then from NORIP, I came into politics.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did you always want to be a politician or a lawyer or both?
Actually, I didn't practice law for long. I practiced law for just 3 years with Mr. Mohammed Mumuni. His chambers. I was practicing with him for 3 years, Mohammed Mumuni chambers. And then I went off to work with NORIP. I did my national service in Tamale Secondary School. 2 years national service, went on to NORIP. And here I am.
So law was not interesting to you after some time, right?
I practiced law, but when I went and did my master's in development studies, I moved on to development studies. And I moved on to law development studies, but I used to once in a while go to court. And Mumuni used to tell me that, look, you have to decide. You can't do law part-time. You can't do law part-time. You have to do it either full-time or stay at distance. So I just decided to focus on development planning. And once I was doing development planning, it was interesting, rural development and regional development, traveling around the whole of the North. And I started doing consultancies too as well. And while I was doing the consultancy, I was getting income, so I enjoyed it.
Oh, wow.
I was doing consultancy in development planning and then gender issues and training.
Hajia Alima Mahama is my guest. We are having a beautiful conversation. Now let me zoom into your stay in America. When did it start? 2021 or 2022?
As ambassador 2021 June, but I've studied in the US in Rutgers University. I went there as a Humphrey Fellow in 1999 and 2000.
So I'm going to concentrate on your ambassadorial duties right there in America.
Yes, please.
What was it like being the ambassador of Ghana to the United States?
It was nice. I liked it. And it was not hectic like when you are a politician, MP, and minister. Like, it was peaceful and successful. I had a lot of interactions, and because I had stayed in the US before, I knew the ropes. So interactions, I knew the system, and I had a very supportive staff of the foreign service.
Right.
Minister of Foreign Affairs, the home base, they were very supportive. When I went, most of them were women.
I see.
And they were all the head of chancellery was a woman. The accountant from Control and Canada General was a woman. The head of diaspora and economy was a woman. The political section was headed by a woman. The trade and industry was headed by a woman. And even the accountant for the ministry, not the contractor, but for the ministry, was a woman. And they were all determined that I must succeed.
Interesting.
So I had a very good time with the women. That's not to say the men were not supportive. They were.
I understand that. Yeah. But how did you become the ambassador? Did you lobby for your post? Did you choose it, or it was chosen for you?
You recall that I was Minister for Women, Minister for Local Government, and I was an MP. I lost my Nalergo seat. So I was no longer an MP. And the president thought I was good and that I had good knowledge in public policy and had a good nature interaction. So he thought he should send me to the United States as Ghana's ambassador to the United States. And I had a very, very good interactions with all the players there, peaceful, happy interactions. I want to believe that our host nation was content with me.
Interesting. Okay, so as an ambassador, I mean, you achieved a lot, but let me just digress a little bit. Why did you lose your seat, your parliamentary seat? What was the problem?
I think the main reason was, sometimes you do something good, but something bad comes out of it. For me, I think the main reason was the formation of the region.
Yes.
I worked hard. I lobbied for us to have a region. And all those who interacted with me will know that lobbied at the highest level, lobbied through the Commission of Inquiry, did everything, worked hard for us to get a region. And everybody in the area wanted a region, I must say, and everybody helped in one way or the other. Then the capital became an issue.
Yes, I remember.
To be honest, when we started doing the region, I assumed that the capital would be Gambaga. But when we got the region, the Nairi indicated that he is in Nalergo, and he thinks the capital must be in Nalergo. And when the Nairi speaks, it's final.
It's final.
As far as I'm concerned, when the Nairi speaks, it's final. So the capital went to Nalergo. But my strong base was, for MPP, was Gambaga.
Gambaga. Ah.
I used to win hands down.
In Gambaga.
They were the mice of MPP. And Nalergo, I was more of PNC and NDC.
Interesting.
Yeah. And people don't change their party easily.
Easily like
they
that.
won't say, oh no, okay, we are going to change and vote for it. So I don't blame Nalergo people for not voting. They were not, they vote MPP, but we never win there. It's Gambaga that we win massively, and it helps. So Gambaga people were also upset that they didn't get the capital, so they won't vote for me. So definitely I lost. I thought I could still talk to them, but they took it seriously.
But did you tell them that it was the Nayiri that decided?
Oh, they know, but they were just upset. They know.
Are you going to stand again? Are you going to stand again and will you win?
No, I'm enjoying my grandchildren.
Interesting. Okay. Is the MP there doing well?
No, he's just coming. He's a new MP.
Is he doing well so far?
Oh, let's give him time.
This is
But he goes home.
3FM.
I just came from my Nalergo district on Tuesday. And I was told that he comes home and he interacts with them and they like that. They don't want you when you are MP, you don't come home. But I can also understand, it's expenses.
I'm sure.
But when I went home, I was told that he comes home and they like it.
Interesting. I'm sure you had a lot of challenges as an MP, people calling you left, right, and center, especially where you come from. Oh, give me this, marriage, that, this, that. Did you go through that?
Yes, but sometimes it's genuine request. It's not that they're just trying to bully you, I know that it's genuine. Sometimes I go to the village and I give somebody 5 cedis. And it's like you have given the person 1,000 cedis. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So that person, like the person wakes up in the morning, has no work to do. And the whole day. And need money to do something. There's no work apart from farming, and not all of them are even strong enough to farm or have the resources to farm.
Right.
So they are concerned and they need someone to help them. Of course, I can't help everybody. But when they come to me, they want this. I will, when I have, I help. If I don't have, I can't. Okay? So, but I don't see it as they disturbing me because I see that there's a genuine need.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Are you retiring
There's
from
poverty
politics?
in our area.
Are you retiring from politics or just the MPship?
Just the MPship.
Okay. So now let us look at the most important thing right now.
This is 3FM.
Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa was in Parliament and he pointed accusing fingers at you in one way or the other that you signed a criminal contract for one Fred Quartin right there in America, and that he's been siphoning money into his private accounts, money that should have come to Ghana, 4.8 million American dollars annually. You signed that contract and you gave him the leeway to steal from the good people of this country. Do you know this Fred Quartin guy?
Yes, he's with us all the time. He does so much work from the embassy. I know him so well. And let me say from the onset that the contract that I signed has no correlation whatsoever to the allegations made by Honorable Ablakwa Okudzeto.
Right.
There is no correlation whatsoever. And I respect him as a minister. When he started talking, I didn't want to jump into it and start saying things. I just said, this is a minister, he will eventually find out what is happening in the embassy.
Wow.
But when he went to Parliament and made that statement that I signed a contract that sought to legitimize palpable wrong.
Right.
I said, no, this is the time I have to set things right. I also have a feeling that he himself needs time to understand the nature of work of the embassy. He needs time. For me, when I get a job, I take my time, work with the staff. I go to their offices, sit with them one by one, understand the nature of their work, what they are doing. Practically, for example, the visa system like this, I'll go to their work from desk for them to take me through the practical process of a visa, how to even fill the form, how to go to the net, how to do this, and then where next does it go? I learn distance. And when I have a work environment, I want people to be happy and have peace to work. That is my trademark in all the ministries that I went with. So I got a good understanding of the place and I was working. So whatever he said,
he doesn't
today,
have the understanding, right?
I want to state clearly about the contract. I don't know if I sent it to you.
Yes, I've read it over and over.
Okay, I want to state clearly, and I generally want Ghanaians to understand the process.
Right.
Yeah. We have the responsibility for issuing visas.
Yes.
And visa goes in a passport. People bring in their passports for visas, and you have to return the passport after issuing the visa. Or people apply for Ghanaian passports after we get approval from Accra, and then we issue the passport. It has to be sent to the person. So now we have a system that you will take responsibility for retrieving your passport. The individual applicant takes responsibility. Embassy does not pay any money to mail your embassy this to you. So we have 3 processes when you apply for a visa. You either click and go the line of a company to use that company to work on your visa, to retrieve your passport for you and mail it to you. Or you click on, I will come and get it, or you tell the embassy, I'll come and take it myself.
Personally.
Or I will do self-address envelope and send it to the embassy, and the embassy should mail it to me. Okay? We had problems with the self-addressed envelopes. Sometimes they won't put the correct address. Sometimes they won't put the right postage on the, they don't pay the right amount. But when we are sending, embassy is the sender.
Yes.
So it will go to FedEx. If the address is bad, they will return to us. If the address is not bad, but the postage is not, the amount
it's not accurate.
The amount is not accurate. It's less than what they charge. They will mail it, but they will bill the embassy.
Right.
So it even came to a point that they took the embassy to collection.
Wow.
They sued us. Not sue, but they took us to collection. And the collection agent was on there to collect the money.
The monies.
And Ghana budget, there's no budget for posting passports. So, and during the return, the initiative of return, year of return, we had huge volumes of people coming of us. And sometimes we ourselves in the embassy will do the address wrongly. And then sometimes people apply in group. And when they apply in group, we are allowed to put 3 in one envelope.
Yes.
Sometimes we end up messing them up. And there were usually problems. So just said, look, this was even before I went there. They decided that, look, let's take this mailing process out of our work. In any case, Ghana is not in courier service. We don't operate courier service.
At the embassy?
At the embassy. We don't operate courier service. So let's take it out. Fred Quatin was asked to develop a method. And he said he already had his company and was already doing some of this work for them. So,
he was asked by the embassy?
Yeah, to develop a method for that. That was 2019.
A courier method?
Yes. So that to follow our system, have a good understanding of our system so that you can mail appropriately. And because he had been in the embassy, he knew the process. So he developed a method, and we allowed him. This was 2019. I went there 2021, and he started the process of delivery. And it went on well. So what the minister was talking about, if you apply for visa, it's not mandatory that you use the private company. You can, for example, say, I'll come and pick it myself. Or you provide a self-addressed envelope, mail it to me. And many people in DC, Maryland area, and Virginia, many of them don't mind. They'll either give self-address or just say, I'll pick it up myself. And they do that. But if you are in California, or you are in Arizona, you are even in the Colorado, Minnesota, the Midwest, or even Florida, Atlanta, do you want to be flying in for your passport? So many of them opted for the private company. And the private company was effective for them. So I went there, I observed 2021, I observed it was working well, 2022. So when I was there, complaints about visas reduced. And the main thing was passports were not getting lost. Or they were not getting mixed up. So that is the process. And it was going on well. So 2021, I said, you are doing this in, you have a company and you are doing this business, but there's nothing formal on paper. I have to give you something formal on paper.
Oh, you proposed that?
Yes. I said, I have to put something formal on paper, so you people bring a draft. So they brought a draft. I studied it, I looked at it, and I said, yes, my concern is one. Ghana government does not incur any expenses. We don't pay you a cent for this. So there's no money obligation on Ghana government. 2, we are exonerated from any issues that you have. For example, non-delivery of a package, or a passport is lost, or there is a problem. You, the company, will be held responsible, not Ghana government. So that's what I put on paper. And that's the essence of the paper. The contract, we are saying that you take responsibility of dispatch of our passports. You take responsibility of the dispatch of passports with visas or passports issued. You deliver them. That is our only relationship with you. You then, but the people can also say, as I said, the other options. It's not mandatory, the other options. And that is it. Ghana government is not in the business, in courier service business. So we don't render courier service. And we don't benefit financially from any courier service. We don't. So this is what I want to make clear. So it's not as if Fred's company called Ghana Travel Company. It's not as if they were taking a job from Ghana government, a job that Ghana government will otherwise do. No, that wasn't the case. And it's not as if they were taking money away from Ghana government, because it's not a job of Ghana government. Let me give you an example. You have your restaurant. You prepare your food. Somebody orders the food. And somebody said, can it be delivered? You have a relationship with a delivery company. So you call the delivery company. Come and take the food to X person, X address. Is the deliverer going to give you the money that he's paid for the delivery?
Well, it depends on the contract. If he says, okay, well, take the food and bring me this percentage.
Well, but Ghana government is not in that business. We are a diplomat. We don't engage in commercial business. So when the minister even started saying that there is no share in the revenue, it's even wrong. Because Ghana government cannot even take share in any revenue as an embassy.
Interesting.
As an embassy, you cannot take share in it because you are not in the business. You are there for diplomatic.
This is 3FM.
You cannot share. So I'm using that example because that's common in Ghana.
I do understand that.
We all know that. Me, I order a lot of things, and I pay for the thing I order.
Right.
When the delivery person comes, you pay the delivery person too separately.
Okay, so in Ghana here, a lot of the embassies do this. What they do is, when you apply for a visa, your passport is actually given to a known courier service like DHL, like FedEx, or those ones.
Yeah.
Why didn't the Ghana embassy do that, but rather deal with an individual like Fred Quartin, who was working with the
He was
embassy?
not doing it as an individual. He set up a company. In the US, a lot of people deal with companies.
Yeah, but he was the owner. Did you know he was the owner?
Yeah, I knew he was the owner. Initially, he was even a part owner. And later on, he became sole with the other people. He had his partners. I knew he was the owner. And like I said, I went and observed the work that he started in 2019 was doing very well. And when you go and something is going on well, you don't mess it up.
Yeah, you don't change a winning team.
You don't change a winning team. It was going on well. And I was having my peace. Ghana embassy, everybody was saying that things were going on well. And you go and change a team, and now their passports start messing up, or they have to come there in queues and all that. Like what is happening now. No, I don't do that.
But did the applicants have the choice to either deal with FedEx or DHL?
Yes.
Or they all had to choose Fred Quartin?
They don't have to choose. That's what I said. You can do your self-addressed envelope. And when you are going to do your self-addressed envelope, you will go to either FedEx or UPS or the US postal system. You can choose to go to any of them. And then you will get a their envelopes. It will be FedEx envelope, just like courier service. And then they'll give you a label of your address. And you pay the right amount. They will charge you, you pay. Then now, you fill your visa form. Put that visa form, that you print out that visa form. You pay online. Our payments is online. You don't bring any check to the embassy. You don't bring any cash to the embassy. We don't take cash. We don't take check. So you pay online, then print evidence of payment. That is your receipt. Then put the receipt together with your form, plus your self-addressed envelope that you've generated from either FedEx or UPS or wherever, and then put it inside. So when it comes, they'll print the visa, they will receive them. There's a receiving session in the embassy, and go through all the processes.
Right.
When the visa is issued, the ministry staff the embassy staff would then put it inside the pre-addressed envelope
and mail it to you.
Yeah, it's already mailed. And they'll pack them, a number of them, sort them out. The number that is going to FedEx, the number is going to UPS, and then we get a driver to drive them, but to take them there. But of course, we can't do this. We don't send it out every day.
Yeah.
So some people feel that using the company
was better.
Expediting the process was expedited, and they use the company.
Former ambassador of Ghana to the United States of America, and of course with offices in Washington D.C. This is Hajia Alima Mahama, former NP. And of course, we are having a very beautiful conversation. According to Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, Fred earned $4.8 million annually. Is it true?
I don't know where he got his calculations from. It can't be true.
And that was a loss to Ghana.
How can it be a loss to Ghana? Like I'm saying, Ghana doesn't get involved in courier services. We have hired this company to do courier service for us. He charges. In fact, he went to these various companies to negotiate for a discount, and they gave him a flat rate of two. They gave him a flat rate, so he was able to charge his applicants, his clients, charge them 29.75 per delivery. So that even a group applies and there are 3 passports, and you put the 3 passports, with a limit of 3 passports in an envelope. That's the rule from the various agents. A limit of 3 passports in an envelope. Even if he puts 3 passports in an envelope, he will still charge 29.75. That is the rule.
The cost of one.
Yeah. And we don't make more than 2,005. We don't make more than 2,000 a quarter. 2,000.
This is 3FM.
We don't make more than 2,000 a quarter. And the embassy itself, our revenue from visas, we usually 4 million, 4.2. Sometimes even it's under 4 million.
Under 4 million?
And we
charge for the whole embassy?
Yeah. I mean, for visas in a year. And we charge between $100 and $200 for
visas.
For regular visa, ordinary visa, you charge 100. If you want expedited service, we charge 130. If you want multiple single, when I say ordinary single visa, that's 100. Single expedited is 130. If you want multiple visas, it's 150. If you want expedited multiple service, it's 200. So the range is between 100 and 200. And they pay for these visas. And like I indicated, they pay online. And all this payment goes direct into our account.
Okay.
You know, when you pay on credit, usually there's a merchant service company that manages that. It goes direct into your account, into the bank. That is it. So he has no access to any visa money. No way. Yeah. And passports to the same. We don't collect cash. We don't collect checks. You pay direct online. And all you bring to the embassy is evidence of payment. The receipt is provided by the system. And then you bring it and you get your amount.
According to Honorable Okudzeto Ablakwa, Fred Kwarteng was able to put a certain link on the official Ghana embassy website, directing applicants to him so that he would rather work with them and give them the visas.
No, the link he has is, from the beginning, we'll tell you about the services. You can do it through a private company. You can do it through self-addressed envelope. Or you can tell us you are coming to collect your address. So it's not mandatory, okay? Let me explain. So if you go after filling your visa form, and there's a place for you to choose, then you click. If you want the private company, you click. That's what then leads you to Fred link. So it's not as if he put it there. That is part of the process. Then you click and go to the company, Travel and Tours. It then takes you to their website, and then you then contact your courier service affairs with them. That is it. But he doesn't have a link that will say, chatting with people, come to my place, come to my place. No. And you know, in the US, they have their own system of advertising themselves. which is not within our link.
Applicants never contacted him directly for visas.
It's possible because, but it's not under the under the supervision of the embassy. We don't have that. You know, in the US, they have what they call documentation support. Companies, private sector companies, people go to them to help them fill the forms, do various services for them. Okay, so that is not within the contract. Do you get me? If someone goes there, we are coming for documentary support services. That is absolutely not within.
It's different from the courier contract.
Yeah, it's different from the courier contract. And the contract that I gave him was specifically for courier contact. And that was, you would dispatch the mail. Ghana government, the relationship is between you and the applicant for the visa or for the passport. Your responsibility is to dispatch them. And Ghana government does not pay anything to you for that. You will set your charges and receive from them. We don't even tell them to set. We just say that Ghana government does not offer you any payment.
Haja, do you know?
And we also we also indemnify ourselves.
Okay.
We don't take responsibility.
This is 3FM.
So that is a period. Simple work.
Yes, simple.
Yeah.
Haja, do you know if Fred was getting clients back door, and then he would take their applications and go into the embassy and lobby for them to get the visas, or maybe even issue the visas himself?
He cannot issue a visa.
Okay.
But it's possible that he can lobby. Like, for example, even me as an ambassador, I'm sitting there, someone calls me from Ghana, Black Rasta, you have a friend in the US, you call me, Haji Alima, my friend, Touchwood, my friend has a funeral. Especially people have funerals and they need to move immediately. Can you help? I will call the consular director and say, we have this person who wants support and they need to move immediately. Can you provide a visa for them? So it's possible that some of the staff, some people will do that. Yeah, it's possible. I will not say that is not possible.
What kind of person was Fred? Behaviorally, what was his behavior like?
In terms of my relationship with him, is professional. Do you get me? I don't look at his behavior, what he's doing, what is that. I'll say he said this is that, is that. It's professional. Don't forget, I'm ambassador.
Right.
I'm ambassador. The one who nearest to me is the head of department. He was not a head of department as such. Yeah, he was not a head of department. He worked under the head of chancery. So he was not a head of department. So that's the relationship. Of course, if I have a technical IT problem with my network, I'll call him I'll tell the officers, call my secretary. My secretary call him, please come and set up. Or I have a Zoom meeting and something is wrong. Oh, my secretary, I will not even call him. My secretary will call him. Do you get me? So in terms of his behavioral, I don't have this. I'm talking professionally.
Professionally.
The work that he was doing.
And
I want to emphasize that we gave him this contract, which he started the work in 1920, 2021. I came in 2020. I observed and I felt that it was good and I'm not going to break it up. And the management came to brief me and took me through and why they were using him. So 2023, I felt, and you know what? There was a glitch.
Tell me about the glitch.
There was a glitch in FedEx. You know, these systems this IT system, sometimes there's a glitch. And it affected the delivery systems. So our passports were held up in Memphis for I think a couple of days. So I started getting calls. You know, people will call. I haven't received my passport. I haven't got this. People will call. People were agitated. So, and I have to tell them that, did you ask us to mail it to you? What did you say? No, I chose a company to bring it. And I said, it's your relationship with the company. It's not your relationship with the ambassador.
Interesting.
It's not your relationship with the embassy. So that was when I started saying that this thing, I have to have a formal document. So that if there's any issue, they don't hold the embassy responsible. If you go and enter into a transaction with a private company for the delivery of your passport, you don't come to blame the embassy when there's a delay. But by and large, they were delivering well. But for this period in 2022, somewhere, I've forgotten the month exactly, where there was the glitch at FedEx. There was no problem throughout. And when there's a glitch, they don't sit for weeks. Within a short time, they fixed it. So they fixed it. And then things went on fine. But then I decided that I need to indemnify Ghana. I need to put this on paper.
And you did it.
And I want to emphasize the thing I want Ghanaians to know is Ghana Embassy is not in courier service. We don't provide courier service.
So there was no conflict of interest?
No. Ghana Embassy does not provide courier service. We give that service out to somebody to provide. And Ghana Embassy does not benefit financially from any courier service. We don't engage in commercial transaction. So to talk about money and therefore there's no revenue sharing. You can't even talk about revenue sharing. If you go to Yoko to talk about revenue sharing, Yoko will say, no. Ghana Embassy cannot get involved in any revenue sharing. We don't do that.
Interesting.
We don't do that.
Do you know?
So those are the two things I want to let Ghana. So Ghana did not lose any money.
Okay.
It's not
This
as
is
if
3FM.
The company took the work that Ghana government would have done and received some money.
Okay.
No. We don't do that work, so we couldn't have received that money.
So what you are saying is that there was no conflict of interest, even though Fred was employed there as an employee of the Ghana Embassy and had this private company.
Yes, as I indicated, he was taken as a temporary. Actually, he's been in and out of the embassy since 2013, and he was given a letter as temporary employee in 2015. Renewed in 2016.
Full-time employee?
No. Temporal. 2015, 2016. So the fact that he said he was even given a letter in 20 August, he decided that he decided to choose 2017. He should have gone back in the files. Then you see 2015, 2016, 2017. You understand? Yes. And he's not a permanent employee. He's not entitled to health insurance. In the US, when you recruit people, they are entitled. He's not entitled to health insurance. He's not entitled to leave. He's not entitled to leave. So he doesn't get any leave benefits.
Right.
And they had picked him up to solve a problem. By the way, Black Rasta, I was Her Excellency Ambassador Extraordinaire Plenipotentiary.
This is 3FM.
I hear you loud and
taking decisions on the behalf of the president.
Interesting.
And my interest was to make sure that things go on well.
Ambassador Extraordinaire.
Yeah.
Plenipotentiary.
Yeah. So
This
I
is
take decisions
3FM.
on behalf of the president, and I have to make sure that things go on orderly.
Correct.
So if I see that things are going on orderly and I want to institute it formal, it's done.
Has the president, the former president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, called you on this issue?
No, he hasn't.
Fred Kwarteng, in fact, according to Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, he was earning wrongfully $4.8 million American dollars annually, and his contract was actually supported by the woman who is sitting right in front of me here, Ambassador Extraordinaire Plenipotentiary of Ghana to the United States of America, Hajia Alima Mahama.
Black Rasta, are you listening to me?
I am.
I wonder if you are listening to me.
Please go ahead.
In a quarter, we don't make more than 12,000 visas in a quarter. So in a year, we don't make more than 48,000 visas in a year.
I heard that clearly.
We make less. So multiply that by the amount that they get. So even with the visas that we charge 10, 100 to 200.
200, yes.
We get 4 million, sometimes less. Okay? So someone who is charging 29.75 for the visas, even you have to also even remember that sometimes they come in a group. He can't possibly be making 40.
He wasn't doing the visas alone. He was also charging people to fill their forms.
But that is not the business of Ghana government or business of the embassy. That's not my business. If you decide to go to that, help me fill a form, documentation support, and he does it for you, and it is legal in the US, am I coming to say that? No, don't go and get documentation support. Even here in Ghana, when people want to fill US form, they go and look for people to help them fill, don't they?
Interesting.
Don't they fill the form? So that's not my business.
That's interesting. Yes.
That's not my business as an ambassador.
Okay.
My business is the contract that I gave for courier service.
And
that courier
3FM.
service, Ghana government does not engage in courier services, and Ghana government does not benefit beneficiary. So Ghana government and Ghana embassy do not lose a CD or let's say cent, because that's US. We didn't lose a cent on that matter. So if in his business he earned 100 million, which I know is not the case, he earned any amount, it is his business. I don't look into it, and I don't feel jealous or resentful that he's earning any money.
Interesting.
That is his business.
Interesting.
So we have to make this clear. We shouldn't insist on making that he collected. If you are working and you receive money, like you are working with FM, you are private, and then government use your service and pay you. So because it's government service, what? It's private business.
Hajia Alima Mahama is my guest.
Besides, we didn't pay him anything, and we didn't lose anything. The work, I want to emphasize, the work he was doing was not work that Ghana government would have done, and therefore we are no more doing it. It has been given to Fred, and therefore we have lost something. We haven't lost anything.
Do you think Ghana government should include courier services to his work?
No. I don't. I don't, because my experiences, certain things that can be done by private sector, source it out to private sector. If it can be done by private sector, you have staff going there. Sometimes even the labeling. Now that they are doing it, look at the labeling. If you find out how they are labeling and mixing things up, they took UPS federal. For example, was recently they took letters for federal for FedEx to UPS. And it was dumped there. Recently. And after some days, they had, the people started calling, we haven't got them. Then they found out that they had dumped them at UPS. So they now have to go and bring them from UPS and relocate them to a, what do you call it?
FedEx.
And sometimes Ghana government incurs expenses, and it's against the regulations. You don't incur expenses. He also said something like, the fees was not approved by Parliament. No, we do not. Parliament does not approve mailing rates in the US. You don't approve mailing rates in the US. Ghana government does not assume mailing. We don't use any money to mail. Do you get me? Those who come to pick, those who decide that I'm coming to pick my form, my passport. When the visa is issued and they call it's ready, you can come get it. They come get it. We don't pay them petrol for driving. We don't pay them petrol price for driving. There to come and pick it. You can't do that. Auditors will not do that. It's not our duty to do that. Ghana government does not engage in mailings, period. Simplicity.
I want to ask you the final question. Hajia.
Yes.
Well said.
Yeah.
Do you think that Fred, who was employed by the Ghana Embassy, America, was involved in a conflict of interest? Working as a systems, whatever, an IT person, and at the same time operating his own business? That
I can debate with you. It's debatable. Yes. I can debate with you. The fact is that's why I'm at pains. There's no conflict in interest as far as my mind is concerned. A job was to be done, and we sourced it, and it was properly done. It was properly done. And in my position as ambassador, I stated it, got reviews done. I looked at the reviews, and I think we had to continue. And I didn't plan to change it. And it's not as if he was competing with the embassy. He was not competing with the embassy. The embassy cannot engage in those services and receiving money for that. No, it's not done. When you look at our fees and charges, the regulations, the rule for fees and charges is on passports,
this is 3FM.
Issuance of visas, and attestations. Those are the three areas. There is nothing like mailing on it. There's not, because mailing is a local, internal American arrangement. You look at the prices. So Ghana government Parliament cannot decide that these are the mailing, because we don't even pay it. You can't use Ghana government money to pay. It's only when you use Ghana government money, then Parliament has to decide how you use that money.
I think we have to sit down again so we can look at, the true work of the ambassador. But when you look at WikiLeaks, you realize that the British, the Americans, their ambassadors, they are almost like nosing around and gossiping what is happening in this country. Then they write it down and send it to a certain, file, whatever they call it. And then the whole nation gets to know about. Do you do that as well? You go to the United States?
Yes.
Oh, you do?
Anything that happens, we send reports. In the embassy, we have what we call political decks. We have economic and diaspora decks. We have trade decks. Then we have the consular section decks. If there's any, the consular section also backstop with providing information. So if there's any political issue, the political decks will write a report, come and we'll discuss. They'll write a report, I'll review it. Then we mail it to the embassy. We cannot send it out. I mean, we mail it to the ministry. We cannot send it out. If there's a critical matter that I need to discuss with the minister, I'll call the minister and discuss it.
How about gossips? Like, I had a conversation with this person and this was what he said.
If it is necessary for me to report, I'll report.
You do?
Yeah. If it's necessary for me to report, I'll report.
Which was the most interesting you reported?
Hey, you want me to come and tell you?
This is 3FM.
I'm a diplomat.
Diplomat extraordinaire, plenipotentiary.
Say that again.
This is 3FM. This is 3FM.
But our work, mainly State Department, the various institutions. For me, because of my development orientation and all that, I used to do a lot of talks to think tanks organization. I meet, for example, I was a Humphrey Fellow. So one time the Humphrey Fellow year group, I closed their ceremony. I was invited by State Department to come and close their ceremony. I did that. The National Bar Association of the U.S., that's the black lawyers, all the black lawyers in the U.S. They honored me for my work. They gave me an award for outstanding leadership. So I used to relate a lot. My important assignment was to make sure that I have good relations with Ghana.
Interesting.
Ghanaians in the US, because I'm there because of Ghanaians.
Congratulations, Hajia.
And I had a good relationship with them.
We have run out of time, but I'm going to ask you one question, last question, and I just need a one-word answer. So do you think that Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa got it all wrong? Was he in a rush?
No, yes, in terms of the diversion of money, he got it wrong. It's not possible to divert money from the embassy. Everything is done online. It goes into the system. And as I indicated yesterday in other conversations, auditors general come there every year. And when they come, they don't come to play. They are thorough. They come to work. Even we, the staff, sometimes we secretly get angry with them because of their thoroughness. Yes, but we work. When we meet them, we are pleasant and we work together. Controller Accountant General, they have their permanent accountants there. They are regulating the account and they release monies. When money is paid, it goes through Controller Accountant General, and the Controller Accountant staff, permanent senior staff at the embassy, they manage the account. And they release money to us for our expenditure. So it's not possible. Let me conclude by saying that he should do his investigation, and I want the investigation to be done. And the investigation might come. He shouldn't just come and make allegation and then within a few years it dies off.
He said he came.
If eventually they go and they find some malpractices, it will not be because of diversion of funds through the courier. It will not be done. There could be other things that they will find wrong. Auditors, when they come, they come there to also help us in our work. They will tell us that
this is 3FM.
You know, auditor, they will find some faults in some areas, but they are there to also help us. So they will have a meeting with a management report, a management meeting. Do this way, do this way, do this way. Those things are there. So you can always find some other things. But it will not be diversion of funds. It will not because Ghana government lost money because of courier service, because we don't engage in courier service.
Thank you so much, Hajia.
Thank you, Black Rasta.
Alima Mahama, diplomat extraordinaire, plenipotentiary, representing the government of Ghana at the time. Well, we're going to be closing and saying bye-bye, and thanks so much for coming. Do you have any reggae song that touches your heart that you want me to play?
Reggae, I like Exodus.
Exodus. Exodus, Bob Marley and the Wailers.
Yes.
Do you know that song?
Yes, I know part of it.
Oh, sing a little bit to me.
When I was young, I could sing it, but now I've forgotten.
Oh,
But I still remember some parts.
Even if it's 2 words, please sing to me. Let me hear you. Exodus, movement of Jah people. Aha, let's go.
Play it.
Oh my God, have mercy. Do you ride bicycles sometimes?
Not now. When I was young.
When you're younger. Oh, I see. Oh, it was something that you loved doing, right? Okay. Thank you so much,
I can even
Hajia.
dance reggae.
You can. Even now you can do reggae.
Oh yeah, I love reggae.
Oh, then,
It's the
Hajia, open the floor for me.
Bob Marley is the best musician.